my name is Bob Grant, and you're about to see how a 41-year-old single mom named Anna with 3 small children went from being divorced, single, alone, and hopeless to having men constantly pursuing her everywhere, including the elevator, until she chose the one special man who stood out from all the others. The one man who promised to always love her and finally convinced her to be his forever. I'm also going to show you why so many of the things you've been told that attract a man are wrong. Why being positive and upbeat all the time actually makes him ignore your needs. Why never getting angry with him will actually make him become bored with you. And why giving him everything he wants will only make him take you for granted. You may not know that most men don't realize the unconscious triggers within themselves that create a deep desire for a woman. In fact, they actually tell women exactly the opposite of what they need. So I'm going to tell you exactly what a man wants, even though most men don't realize this themselves. Most men tell women that they want them to be more laid back and easygoing and not to complain. Yet that's just what Anna did before she started working with me, and the man she loved still left her, even though she gave him exactly what he told her he wanted. And because of her experience and hundreds of other clients in my private practice, I decided to take all of my clinical training as a licensed professional and began doing research to find the hidden emotional key that made a man want to connect with a woman on a deep emotional level and stay committed to her, even if she wasn't the prettiest, thinnest, or anything that Cosmo magazine said you should be. I've been doing this for over 15 years now, and I've cracked a bonding code and shared it with thousands of women. I even found research that spoke to this when I discovered the editor of Psychology Today, T. George Harris, who said that while money, looks, and social status make a woman more appealing, none of those compare to this one quality, which I'll share with you in this special presentation. Alfred Adler, who worked with Sigmund Freud, also described this almost mystical quality nearly 100 years ago that enabled a woman to captivate a man, almost without even trying. And yet so few women have ever been told about its truly hypnotic effect on men, until now. What is so amazing is that this works for you even if you don't have the body of a Victoria's Secret lingerie model, even if you're 21 or 55, even if you're tall, short, curvy, pencil thin, or whatever trait you feel holds you back from experiencing the love and attention from a man that you've always wanted. So I need you to pay close attention to this entire video right now, because if you miss just 1 second of what I'm about to share with you, just one part, this bonding code might not work. This is the exact same formula that I shared with Anna on our first visit. Yes, the same Anna I mentioned at the beginning, who was 41, divorced, and had 3 kids and no self-confidence to date. Let me tell you about Anna. 10 years earlier, she sat at a fancy restaurant with beautiful music playing when Tyler got up out of his chair, bent down on one knee, and asked her to be his forever. Stunned and speechless, she started to cry with tears of joy as she said yes to his proposal. When they were married, she knew she'd picked the right man for her and wanted to make sure she was the wife he had always wanted. So she did what she thought a man would like. She almost always agreed to his sexual advances while being both positive and upbeat most of the time. In fact, Tyler often bragged to other couples that she was one of the most giving women he had ever known. All seemed well until one fateful morning. As she was making her morning coffee, Tyler came into the kitchen and sat down at the table and waited. At first she thought nothing of this until she turned around and saw him staring off into space. "Anything wrong?" she innocently asked. For a moment he didn't say anything until he took a deep breath and uttered the words that punched her in the stomach. "I'm sorry, but I think we should separate." At that moment she found it suddenly hard to breathe as she forced the words to come out. But why? "I'm sorry," he said.